Hello. When I spoke to everyone the other week about last week about ELL kids in the class, I mentioned that I would post a video about some of the AI features I use to make my life easier when preparing lessons, with particular reference to glossaries and comprehension worksheets and this sort of thing. I said I'd show you all if you came along to the AI workshop later, and that was quite disappointing in terms of internet performance. It just wasn't playing with us particularly well. So I'm posting the video that I promised now, because I said I would. Okay, so we're just going to search for Google AI Studio. You need to be logged into your Google account to do this. I assume you have one. I think everybody does. There it is. I'm going to click there. And it will appear as if by magic. Okay. So I've logged into this one before. The first time you log in here, up in this area somewhere, it's going to have a little Get Started button. You click on the Get Started button, it brings you pretty much to here. It might not look identical to this because I've just subscribed to the service and started paying for it today. It's how much I like it. And all that does is give you a little bit more use of the AI model behind the program. So down here you're going to have, we'll go back there actually, that's more like it. So here you've got build. If you go to build, this is where you can start building your apps. Before you get going, you come to your apps down here. This is just a little step to take in advance. That's the reason I've had to re-record this video. When you click on your apps, around this area it's going to have a request to use your Google Drive. If you have a Google account, you have a Google Drive, whether you use it or not. Just click yes, and that's going to allow it to save any apps that it builds to your Google Drive so that you have access to them later. So, go back to build. Let's describe your idea. Now, the one I showed you the other day was to do with comprehension worksheets. I think it made comprehension worksheets to a particular language level and created a glossary or a mini English to Mandarin Cantonese dictionary to go along with them, which was particularly useful for students and homework. So we'll do something similar today. We'll create reading texts. Okay, so create an app that generates reading texts. I'm just explaining what I want in plain English here. That generates reading texts for EAL students. When the app opens, present the user with a form asking for the topic of the reading text, the number of words required, and the CEFR. That's the Common European Framework. If you're not familiar with it, it's a measure which indicates how good a student's English is. level of the student from A1 to C2, which is from beginner to proficiency. Once the text is generated, create an image that will provide both interest and context to the finished document. Use only British English, please. I'm not sure please is necessary, but if these things do take over the world, I want them to remember that I've been nice to them. Click build. I've just explained what I want in very, very plain English. There's no code to this. There's no particular way that you should ask. You'll find that some ways are more effective than others, but that will come with time and experience. You can also use AI to build prompts to do this, so it's all pretty straightforward. Okay, build. Now it's going to start literally writing the computer code for this to operate. Loading various files. They've started to come down here. We've got metadata, index, HTML, which is really the only one of them I properly understand. It's building a web app. It's something that's going to run on the internet, hopefully doing what we asked it to. Here we go. It's coming around to putting the app together now. So it's the preview. If we click here on code, we can see what it's actually doing. It's actually writing proper computer code. But here's the preview. Okay, so create perfect reading lessons. The topic will go for Bob the dog. Oops. Bob the dog goes to Australia. I think I'd like it to have 400 words. I'd like it to be pitched at level A2. Okay, we can generate lesson material. Obviously this is new, I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take, but I've made things like this before. It's usually about 30 seconds, so I might fast forward through this bit if it starts to drag. There we go, Bob the dog's big adventure in Australia. Bob is a friendly golden retriever who lives in London. He loves long walks in the park and eating tasty biscuits. Now we could have told them more about Bob the dog, but I'm not sure they would have done much better than that in terms of creating him. So we've got the basic structure there. It's leveled it to around level A2, which looking at that is about correct. What we haven't got is the glossary at the end, or the little mini dictionary thing. So now down here in this area I can request changes to the program that we've made. Add English to into Cantonese glossary at the end of every document, which will take tricky words from the text and display them alongside an English explanation and a translation into both Cantonese and English. I know I should have put capital letters in there, but it doesn't know that, so I won't bother. Well, no, we don't press return there. We click on that little doofer. And now it's going to rewrite some of the code and add to other parts of it. Again, I'll fast forward this bit. Right, we're back. Let's make this one Bob the dog learns to fly. It will make of this whatever it will. Gonna go a little bit longer this time. For level B2, which is well above the range of most of my students, but is probably typical of the English level throughout most of the school. Generate lesson material. Let's see if it's done what we've asked it to. Again, a little bit of fast forward magic here. Bob's aviation adventure. So you see it's up to the level of the language. We haven't needed to specify British English again because that's already part of the program now. There's our story and any words that it feels may be outside of the normal remit of a B2 level speaker. Ambition, fascination, eccentric. It has translated and given an English definition, which is particularly handy for homework. Another measure we could take here, I will do this to show you, but I'm not going to record it, is we could make clicking on a word provide a translation into Chinese, or any language for that matter. I'll program that now and I'll just show you that at the end. Okay, back with another Bob the Dog story. So this time I just popped in the prompt. I haven't tested it yet. Include a feature that allows a user to click on any word in the final document and have a translation pop up in Cantonese and Mandarin. I don't know if this works. Let's see there. If I want to look up the word ball, I'll click it. Ball's appeared down here. It's translating. It will give us a translation into Cantonese and into Mandarin. So you can see the possibilities with this are absolutely massive. So now I'll just show you how to find these things when you've written them, because this, you've given it access to your Google Drive. This should be saved. So if we go back to the start, right back to where we came from, click on build, click on your apps, EAL reading generator, and that is there for you to use at any time. Other options exist. If you want to have this exist outside of this platform, which I've done with a couple of things now, you'd use this button here to deploy the app. It will send it off to a place called Google Run, where Google will provide everything it needs to work outside of this environment. When you do that, you do start paying for use of the AI, but it is incredibly cheap. I played with this an awful lot during December. I think I ran up a bill of about 75p, and for the first 3 months that's free anyway, up to a limit of £300, so $300, sorry. So yeah, you really can have a play with this for absolutely nothing. That's all from me. If there's any questions, give us a yell.